Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. At the end of the last video, I said I would do a Hunter run. That was a filthy lie. We're going to do Warrior. I've done like 3 Hunter runs since my last Warrior run, so let's go ahead and mix things up a little bit. Even though Warrior is the class I've played with the most, I actually haven't made that many videos of them. A lot of those were offline. Anyway, this is an epic to start things off. The only one here that's any good is the Hunter, so let's take that. Here I'll just take the best card, which is the Gnomish Inventor. Getting more and more respect for this card as time goes on. A lot of people like the Armor Smith. This thing can be good just because it has 4 toughness and 2 mana, which is very rare. But it's usually not that great, so we'll take the Twilight Drake. And a Heroic Strike for some removal. 2 Heroic Strikes or a Rampage. Do love Rampage a lot, but I think Heroic Strike is better. It gives some reach to your deck, and having more of them is usually fine. I think the Fiery War Axe is way better than the Arcanite Reaper, so we'll take that there. Now, the Ravenhold Assassin I would take as an endgame card for a fast deck, which this might turn out to be, but that's a bit speculative. Let's take Knife Juggler. I do need some 2-drops that aren't just Fiery War Axe and Heroic Strike. Ah, boy, these are all really good cards. I'm just going to take another Fiery War Axe. That thing is so good on turn 2. I want to maximize my odds of getting it. Man, this is tough. I like both of these a lot, but I'm not going to pass on Ascension. I'm starting to appreciate good 4-drops more and more and more. Wow, only one playable epic here. Luckily, it is the excellent Sea Giant. Here we'll take the 3-drop that's playable. The other 2 are kind of meh. Now the Arcanite Reaper is definitely a good card, but Warsong Commander is really strong. I'll take it. It's a tough call, certainly, but I do want to make sure I got one of those if I can. Stampeding Kodo. Oh, I'm going to take the Argent Commander. It's just better. And here, I don't want another Gnomish Mentor. We'll take a Harvest Golem and get a nice 3-drop here. Lots of good 3-drops here. I can take Mortal Strike. It's like a bad Fireball. Well, it's not like a bad Fireball. This is strictly worse than Fireball. Sometimes that's better than nothing, but honestly, with 2 Fiery War Axes, 2 Heroic Strikes, I guess that's really my only removal. I could use more removal. I don't know. My gut tells me to take the Sunwalker, so I'm just going to take it. We'll see here. Now, 3rd Fiery War Axe, certainly not a bad deal. I would play with a 3rd Fiery War Axe. I'm actually going to take the Battle Rage, though. Let's make sure we get some card draw here. I'm learning to appreciate that more and more as well. Alright, now here, the Amani Berserker is the best 2-drop in the game. It's nice with Cruel Taskmasters and Inner Rage. Lots of good interactions. Whirlwind as well. But the Arcanite Reaper's sitting here looking at me. We're going to take the Reaper. Let's make sure we get one of those. I've passed on a bunch of them, and I don't want to pass it anymore. Now, I don't want to take the Assassin so much, because with 2 6-mana minions and a Sea Giant, I don't need this thing. However, what else am I taking? The Abomination is kind of hit or miss. The Wild Pyromancer I don't generally like, although, well, it would have been good if I had taken the Amani Berserker. There's no particular interaction with it here. There's no Frothing Berserker. There's no Berserkers of any kind. Actually, it works pretty well with Battle Rage, although note that you have to cast a spell first to get him to trigger, then play Battle Rage, because otherwise, Battle Rage triggers first, and then the Pyromancer. Well, we'll try it out. I'll take him. Alrighty. I do love Rampage a lot, but I'm learning to appreciate having 1 silence in the deck, so I'll take an Ironbeak Owl here. Let's make sure we don't miss that. Here, Azure Drake versus Violet Teacher is interesting. I'm going to take the Violet Teacher. It's cheaper. Yeah, it doesn't draw a card, but it's the same total stats for 1 mana less, and it also has a pretty good ability, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. 3rd Heroic Strike or a Dumb Beast. Well, I currently have just the Senjin and the Sunwalker for taunt, which are granted 2 pretty good taunts. I'll take a 3rd Heroic Strike. That's a little bit dicey, but we'll see. Now, I don't want another Fiery War Axe, I don't think, with all those Heroic Strikes, so I'll take a Kor'kon Elite here. Alright, here, the Pint Size is garbage, we'll take the Kodo. Alright, Inner Rage, really, I mean, it helps trigger Pyromancer for Battle Rage, but it's kind of an iffy card. We'll take the Farseer, which is a solid 3-drop. Ah, Frothing Berserker. I really am happy to see that. Do I take a 2nd Warsong, or do I take Ogre? Yeah, we could use a little bit more endgame. We'll take Ogre. That's good grammar, Boris. Execute, I think, is important to have, even though the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is tempting. And, okay, I could take another Battle Rage. That's a little risky because it is a conditional card drawer, and I might not always pull it off. But what am I doing? Taking a 2nd Arcanite instead? With 2 Fiery War Axes and 2 Arcanite Reapers, I don't know. That might be too many weapons. I hate having too many weapons. We'll take this other card drawer. We'll see how it plays. We'll do this for education. Alright, another Execute. or a golem. You know what? I'm doing fine on drops. We'll take another execute. Let's get the removal going here. And here we have trash. That's unfortunate. Well, with 2 Battle Rages, let's actually take 2 Pyromancers. Although I don't normally like that card, in this particular deck, it might actually end up being okay to maximize my odds of being able to pull off Battle Rage. Again, the awkward thing about it is that you need to have the Wild Pyromancer trigger before you play the Battle Rage. Otherwise, the Battle Rage fires, and then the Wild Pyromancer triggers, so it's just like kind of a non-bow. But if you can get the Pyromancer to fire, and then you can do Battle Rage, you can drop some cards. Klaproth, the Rogue. My one concern, well, not my one concern, I've got a couple of concerns about this deck, but one of my concerns is the fact that I have these 2 Battle Rages, but I might not actually have that many minions. Maybe that would have been an argument in favor of not taking a second Execute. Although Execute kind of works well with Pyromancer as well. Again, you have to Pyromance first, and then you can Execute. So here we got, anyway, we got some stuff going on. I'll probably coin a Knife Juggler on turn 1, and then play the Fiery War Axe on turn 2. That will backfire if my opponent doesn't have any plays to make. But as long as she plays something on turn 2, this is totally worth it. If she backstabs this, then I just kind of lost my coin for nothing, but that's alright. It's a risk I'll take. Getting some good warrior cards here. Since I have 2 executes in the deck, I might use one early to get a kill with Fiery War Axe. Like Fiery War Axe plus execute will kill a good 4-drop. Does she have backstab to kill this off with? Oh my god, the suspense is killing me. No, she doesn't. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. She just made a dagger, so I pretty much wasted the coin. Well, I didn't waste it. I basically managed to play the Knife Juggler. I'm treating the Fiery War Axe as like a 2-drop. It's just a little bit scary here because she could play an Ooze now. However, if she had an Ooze, why wouldn't she have played it last turn? Well, maybe because she's up against a warrior and she knows not to play Oozes against a warrior if you aren't killing weapons. So yeah, I could definitely get Oozed here. That could happen. We got a stupid monkey. Alright. Well, here's what we'll do. We will play the Frothing Berserker, and it's a coin flip. If the Knife Juggler hits the monkey, the Fiery War Axe will finish it off, which will be fine. Otherwise, if the Knife Juggler does not hit the monkey, then the Knife Juggler will have to run in himself to kill it off. I could play Heroic Strike to kill that off, but that's a little bit weak. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Yep, it works. So my opponent is in a little bit of pressure already on turn 3. I've got a 4-4 and a 3-2. Now, a rogue can kill these off. I mean, backstab eviscerate will just clear my board, and she still have 2 mana to work with. But if she had a backstab, she would have already used it on a Knife Juggler, so she doesn't have that part of the combo. She's gonna sap my Frothing Berserker. Interesting. Oh, the Knife Juggler. Oh no, that means she has an eviscerate for the Berserker. Well, that was well played, but she did go down a card doing that, which I'm a-okay with. Violet Teacher. Yeah, that's fine. I could have played this, but I'd rather keep this in reserve as a surprise. Might as well get this out here, in case I do end up executing a Heroic Striking. Get some 1-1s going. They do all die to Fan of Knives, and they all die to the dagger, but my opponent hasn't made a dagger yet, so it seems a good time to drop the Violet Teacher. Alright, she does remake the dagger. This opponent has some kind of crazy endgame focused deck or something, because she's not doing anything. She has not played a single minion, actually. She has just made her dagger and removed my stuff. She has not done anything whatsoever. She keeps hitting me in the face with a dagger like she thinks she's going to kill me with it. And she passes turn 5. Wow, that is remarkable. Yeah, the Knife Juggler's going to kind of sit in my hand here. I don't have any weapons in my hand, so there's really not much reason to hit her in the face with Fiery War Axe. If I hit her in the face with Fiery War Axe, though, I can play Heroic Strike, actually, and kill stuff with it. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and hit her in the face. I just convinced myself. Because if I hold the Fiery War Axe in my hand, then Heroic Strike kind of gets stuck to the War Axe, and I end up wasting one of the charges, potentially. Now, here I could actually kill her, because I do have, what is this, 7 plus 8 is 15 damage. Well, she's got a Taunter, unfortunately, so she's actually going to live. Yeah, she would have actually died next turn if she didn't have this taunt. Now, as it is, I can still do 4 plus 8 is 12 damage, so she'll be at 2 health left. But, yeah. Let's go ahead and think here. Man. I wish I had one of these 1/1s already. Then I could run into the bear, execute it, and kill her. If I heroic strike the bear, I can get her down to 7 health. But then I can't do much else. I play a Sunwalker or an Ogre and she has Assassinate. Then she can really go to town on my stuff. Okay. Well, what we'll do then is we'll play the Sunwalker, Texas Ranger. We'll kill the bear like this. We're going to get 4 damage through. So, Assassinate or Sap would be pretty good for her. Double Heroic Strike can get her down to 2 health. If I can hit her with 1 more minion, I believe I'll be in good shape. She needs Assassinate or Sap here. Then she could use the 2/1 to kill my Violet Teacher, and if she has removal for the Core Crown Elite as well, she could hang in here. Then, of course, I have the Ogre, so she'll need another Sap or Assassinate to survive. And if I draw any weapons, like one of my other... I have 2 Fiery War Axes and 2 Reapers in this deck, so if I draw any weapons, then those plus Heroic Strike will be the kill. Someone has mentioned a while back that I get really good luck in the arena playing Warrior. I get lots and lots of weapons. I don't think that's generally true, but it certainly was true in this run. I got lots and lots of weapons. And I think I did a pretty good job, because you don't want too many weapons. They end up getting dead in your hand. I think I did a decent job taking as many as I needed and making sure I had enough minions to play things. Alright, so she drops the Questing Lord, fan favorite here on the channel. And another Taunter. But that's not good enough anymore. She left herself without mana, so unless there's something crazy I don't see here, she should be dead next turn. Okay, she pops the Divine Shield. Okay. That achieves nothing. Great. So, we will finish off... Well, that's silly. We'll do the Violet Teacher here. We'll do this, and this. And she realizes there was going to be lethal damage here. Even if there wasn't, she had massive card disadvantage. That was a pretty easy win to start things off. A lot of my more recent runs have started off with an easy victory, and I am not going to complain. This deck is pretty good, I think. I mean, it's got good card quality. There aren't any lame cards in this deck. Really, like, if there are any issues with this deck, it is entirely the fault of my drafting. I had a surfeit, a surplus of good stuff thrown my way in this draft, and that can sometimes be difficult. It's like almost better sometimes to just get some junk picks, because then you have no way to screw up. Alright, Hasimter. I don't know, is that from some book or something? Hasimter? Some kind of fantasy novel? I don't know. Anyway, Hasimter the Mage. Well, I can keep the Knife Juggler, and then on turn 3 there's nothing going on. So, okay, I'll pass the Core Chrono Elite back. We'll keep our 2-drop. We'll keep the Gnomish Inventor, because that's just really, really good. I find more and more that Gnomish Inventor... Yeah, there are some cases where it's kind of lame, like if the opponent's overrunning you, but a lot of times, by the time you drop it on turn 4, 4 health is enough to survive most things, and 2 power is enough to kill a lot of things. Hopefully this is not something dumb. It's a Fairy Dragon, lovely dovely, so we're going to play Fiery War Axe and kill that off. Twilight Drake's not going to be super impressive. It'll just be a Chillwind Yeti if I play it on turn 4. Although if I play the Gnomish Inventor first, I can make the Twilight Drake a little bigger the following turn. I may not want to do that, though, because I may want to play Stampeding Kodo on turn 5, so I don't necessarily want to do turn 4, turn 5, if I want to drop the Kodo down. Alright, well, we're going to play the Knife Juggler here and sit on the Fiery War Axe. No reason to hit her face with it. This is nice to have. If she doesn't have a Frostbolt or Arcane Missile for this, then the Fiery War Axe will be pretty good to protect it. She has a Harvest Golem. I really want to play a Stampeding Kodo, and I can't. God, this is foolhardy. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I am going to hit this with the Fiery War Axe. And then, since I don't have any taunts, I will just go ahead and play the Gnomish Inventor. And so see if we can get a lucky Knife Fling into that Golem. We can. Well, that is a huge Knife Fling, because that's a 50-50 chance of my Knife Juggler surviving or not. If I had hit her face, my Knife Juggler would be dead. She drops a pretty good card here, the Violet Teacher. That's a very good card, actually. I cannot kill it with the Kodo. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna play a Frothing Berserker, see if I can hit the knife with the Violet, or hit the Violet Teacher with a knife. Man, that Knife Juggler is on target today, because that means I can kill it off with the Heroic Strike. Now, if the knife had hit her face, I would have chucked the Gnomish Inventor in there to finish it off alongside Heroic Strike. Okay, I have to be a little careful to make sure time doesn't pass the Twilight Drake by. Hopefully she plays a Gurubashi Berserker here and I can just kill it with my Kodo. Haven't really gotten to live that dream very much. Stampede Kodo. It's so weak when I use it and so strong when the opponents use it. I don't know what's up with that card for me. It's like my little personal bane. Now we're 2 turns away from Flame Strike. She could still get back in this game if she has a Blizzard or Cone of Cold. Raging Worgen will not die to a Stampeding Kodo. Just gonna ping my face, which is totally fair. Alright. The Owl is nifty, but I don't think I need that. Let me think. Sunwalker would just be running into a Polymorph. This, and I could play the Owl and silence that thing? That seems kind of silly. Twilight Drake will let me also play the Owl. No, let's do the maximum amount of mana that I have. We'll play Sunwalker, see if the Knife Juggler can hit that thing. It cannot this time, which is totally fine. So I think the Knife Juggler has done his duty. We'll use him to kill the Worgen, beef up my Frothing Berserker, and hit for a butt ton of damage. So this has been a really easy game. I've been able to live the dream. I've been able to kill my opponent's minions while also getting my own minions onto the board, thanks to Knife Juggler and Fiery War Axe. The Knife Juggler got one very lucky fling there. Well, 2 lucky flings. One was very lucky, one was moderately lucky. She needs a Polymorph now. She has a Blood Knight, which is pretty good as well. Does she have a way to kill this? Okay. She does not. So, luckily I have this Owl, which is pretty good. Let me actually think about this. Can I kill her? Alright, well, let's play this first. I don't want to play the Twilight Drake this turn. Do I? Let me think. Okay, hold on. I have 13 damage on the field, so really, if it's not Ice Armor or Vaporize, I just win. So why don't we do that? Why don't we check to see if this is Vaporize or Ice Armor? It's one of the two. Okay, so it's Vaporize. I might actually still be able to win, because this is 10 damage. Yeah, this is 10 damage plus 4 is the victory. So we got a turn 7 win with, well, the opponent didn't really interfere that much. My Knife Juggler survived for like 3 turns in a row, so that means she really had piss-poor removal. Okay, well, we got off to a pretty fast start here with this Warrior deck. Warrior used to be my best class, then it kind of trailed off. This could be a little resurgence. If you like the video, please like it and or subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that tremendously. And if you want to see the rest of the runs, then stay tuned. Rest of the games, stay tuned. It'll be coming up soon.